not the quarterback. Is that the way you have to look at it, considering the uncertainty of who will be under center?
Oh, a little bit. I think there's some differences in the thought process, and you know, a drop back guy as opposed to an athletic quarterback driven scheme. So to our guys, we don't tell them a whole lot different. You know, we try to help them based on who's in the game.
Would you say you were better at containing the mobile quarterback last year than 13?
No, I mean, I don't know. Your athletes improve. You can improve. Depends on how well they throw the ball too. That's a big part of it. And you know, if they don't throw the ball very well, it makes your job easier. He's a one-dimensional guy. If he's a two-dimensional guy, that there's always concern. You know, you have to pick your spots, and you have to be careful in your rush lanes and things of that nature. So I don't even look at it. I don't know. You might know more than me just in regards to you know, how successful we were or weren't over the last couple of years. I just always look at it game by game, play by play, really.
Shaq Lawson was ACC Co-Defensive Lineman of the Week, also one of your players of the week for Saturday's game. How do you think he's stepped up so far in these first 2 games this year? Well,
he's just consistently doing a lot of little things the right way, execution. I think he has more confidence in himself, and I think he knows more about his position and knows more about defense. So he's worked hard in the out of season to position himself for this year, and he's in great shape. And again, up to this point, he's been doing well.
I asked Coach Sweeney earlier about haven't had to play both first teams in the fourth quarter yet this year. That might be a bigger question for you. Do you know how you're going to rotate guys in to keep your players fresh for the fourth quarter?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, depends on how the game's going, how guys are always. It's always a game-by-game deal. You know, you ride the players that you feel are capable of winning for you, and if that's a serviceable backup, then so be it. And if he's not good enough, you don't play him till you have to play him. So I just don't. The game itself will kind of dictate that.
How would you evaluate the backups at inside backer?
Oh, just I think they got settled in the other day. The more the longer we played, but some was good and then some wasn't so good, and the experience is invaluable. So. Young guys play like young guys sometimes, and then sometimes they play better than you expect them to. So App State kept their guys in there, and so some of the things they saw weren't things that from a speed standpoint they're able to get from the scouts. And when you're a young guy, you don't really realize that until you get out there, and then you start realizing the sense of urgency and the speed of the game and things of that nature. And I think there was a progression to that that you saw last Saturday.
When did you see Carlos Watkins get out of recovering mentally and physically from the accident and start to become like, okay, I can be a starting defensive tackle?
Here in fall camp sometime, during fall camp this year.
What was the transformation like, just even from last spring?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he had a pretty good summer, and then I think he had more urgency when we started up fall camp. It's really a lot of little things. Okay, now I've got back my foundation. Okay, now what do I need to do? Okay, this is how I need to practice, and this is how I need to be coached, and this is my weaknesses, and these are the things I got to work on, and this is how I fit in the scheme, just all that kind of thing. And I think he's got better football in front of him. I think he's capable of more, and I hope that we find that. And if he does, he'll be awfully good. And so hopefully he'll keep working hard and demanding a lot of himself. That's the biggest challenge and the biggest thing in front of him. How bad does he want it?
Is he much of a vocal leader?
Not really. No.
Louisville,
quiet.
No James Quick, no Devontae Parker. Can you talk about the difference in their wide receiver core from
Experience. Experience, probably the biggest thing. Talented, but every bit as talented, but a lot of guys haven't played quite as much.
Louisville showing a lot of like 12 and 13 personnel.
They're everything. 4 wides, a little bit of 5 wides, 4 wides in the tight end, no back, 11 personnel, 1 tight, 3 wides, 2 tights, 3 tights, all of it through just the first couple games that we've seen all of that.